Shut up and sit down.
Hey friends, I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And we are still Nerd Safari, and if you enjoy our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And, we've been off dealing with a bunch of boring house stuff over the last couple of weeks, but we haven't been doing many of these reaction videos. And criminally, we've not yet seen the trailer for the Book of Boba Fett, despite being such massive Mandalorian fans that I literally dress up as the Mandalorian all the time. Here's me as the Mandalorian right now. Yep. So we are huge fans of The Mandalorian, huge fans of Star Wars, and cannot wait to see the trailer for Book of Boba Fett. So I say we're going to get into it right now. If you want to see what we think about it, then stick around until the end. But for now,
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, Jabba's palace.
I've heard otherwise. I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer.
Jabba ruled with fear.
Wow.
I intend to rule with respect.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
Oh, nice.
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please. Speak freely.
Wow. So the Book of Boba Fett trailer, I mean, really more of a teaser than anything else, but there was a lot packed in there. What were your first impressions of the trailer?
I think first impressions, clearly we're back in Star Wars. Like the style of it, we're right back there. They're not trying anything new, which I think is definitely the right call.
And in Tatooine as well,
Yes.
which, like, through A New Hope, a full third at least of that movie was in Tatooine, and we've seen it in Episode 1 as well, The Phantom Menace, with the pod races and Anakin growing up there. So Tatooine feels so familiar.
The thing I'm most interested about, and I didn't look into the premise before we watched this trailer, just because I wanted to react to it a bit kind of fresh. It's going to be interesting to explore, for Boba Fett specifically, but also the idea of a lifelong bounty hunter choosing to settle down, and not just settle down, but to rule the kind of empire that Jabba the Hutt was in charge of, and who, like, Jabba worked hard to keep everyone in line. And to have Boba Fett, a lifelong bounty hunter who's never had to manage anyone other than himself, like the challenges that he's going to face in doing that, and the kind of people that are going to come to challenge him, I think there is so much potential within that premise that I think this is a really exciting idea.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I guess we saw in The Mandalorian Din Djarin go from being a complete loner to suddenly having Grogu and his whole crew around him, and the way his character evolved as he had to kind of come out of his own shell. I guess Boba Fett's been on a similar journey. I mean, I still want to know what happened to him in the Sarlacc. I guess maybe we'll find out anecdotally, but the fact that he's had Fennec tagging along for a while and he effectively saved her life and built her some new stomach thing, I think you're right. Like, his story arc and his character evolution could be as interesting as the kind of underworld gang leader thing that they're building around him. I'm wondering, obviously the Rancor's dead, spoiler alert if you've not seen Return of the Jedi yet, what have you been doing? But I wonder if they're going to put something in the pit that the Rancor used to live in under Jabba's throne.
Maybe the baby Rancor that we saw them rescue.
Yeah, although wasn't that the one that grew into the Rancor that died?
Oh, was it?
I forget. My continuity's all messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think. There were the things from Force Awakens that Han Solo was transporting. The
Reptars.
Reptars, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. One of those would work quite nicely in a hole. Or is there something small and horrifying? Like, I don't know.
Grogu.
Yeah, exactly. Just a whole room full of Grogus.
Just swallowing people whole.
Yes. Yeah, like Kirby. I really don't know. But I would love to see something in that hole. I also thought it was interesting that the Twi'leks previously, they were very downtrodden, didn't seem to have a lot of choice in where they were. I don't know. They're back in this. I wonder if Boba Fett's going to give the Twi'leks another chance and whether they're going to be higher in the kind of weird social hierarchy in Star Wars. I also wonder if we're going to see more of Tatooine. I mean, I don't know. I guess The Mandalorian, it felt, at least the first season, and because they filmed it in like this groundbreaking new studio, it felt very claustrophobic at times, and I think intentionally so. Like, the sets were very contained. I think we did see some of that changing in the second season, especially like the mountaintop scenes. I wonder what's going to happen with Tatooine. Like, how much is going to be in Jabba's palace and like the streets around it, which could be very claustrophobic, versus the deserts and the things like we saw with the Krayt Dragon. There's so much potential for them just going exploring Tatooine. But let's not forget, of course, Timothy Oliphant's character, the Marshal, is still there on Tatooine somewhere, no longer with Boba Fett's armor. So is he going to interact with Boba Fett? I don't know. And honestly, I'm kind of intentionally not looking at like the Wikipedia pages where people are spoiling who's in it, because I'd rather just experience it. Like, I kind of wish I hadn't known that Rosario Dawson was coming in as Ahsoka. Like, it was a bit of a spoiler, and I would have loved to have just had my mind blown by that being fresh. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of spoilers about this as well, but man, I'm excited to see it. And I guess the way it's playing out is we kind of get Hawkeye around November. That's probably going to end and we'll be straight into Boba Fett. And clearly Disney are intentionally just queuing these things up one after the other to keep taking our money, but if they're the kind of quality that this looks to be, I'll keep throwing money at it. Well, hey, thank you to everyone who recommended we check out the Book of Boba Fett. It looks amazing, and I'm sorry it took us a week or so to get to it. I kind of wish we'd managed to get there sooner, but we will be back as soon as we possibly can, friends, on the next Dork Trailer Ambush.
Peace out, bounty hunters.
Bye.
Shut up and sit down.